Hey guys, welcome back to Beach and Fishing. Paul here with you again today. And today, again, I'm in the office and unfortunately not out in a kayak. A bit windy and cold out there today. Soft, I know, but here I am. And talking about my 5 kayak fishing tools. Now, this is something that came to my mind the other day. You can't see it on the video, but my little thumb here has a few little lacerations and like on it because I went kayak fishing and forgot to take my tools. Meaning that when I did actually catch a fish, I had to hold it by the mouth whilst getting the hook out, and its little teeth cut into my thumb. Nothing major, but it was a lot harder with the fish flapping around the bottom of the kayak and the like. So I decided to come up with, I had written about tools for surf fishing in the past and tools for fishing. I sort of thought that'd take care of the kayak, but I just wanted to run through it with you. Now, the reason for tools on a kayak is mainly for the fact that you're trying to do everything on a kayak you can to make your fishing trip a little bit easier for you because you don't have a lot of space. And any of you who've been fishing on a kayak, when you've got a fish on the end like that and you're trying to get it in and around and you haven't got a lot of space and you're trying to balance on your vessel, tools can help you immeasurably. So in the post, if you're watching this in the post, you can see below I've written all about the 5 things there and a few others at the bottom. I'm just going to run you through quickly with them. First one, pliers. If you take nothing else, take some pliers with you. These ones are actually proper fishing pliers. They actually have a cool little thing here that the pliers and the scissors sit in. But what the pliers for there, you can see that there, they've got a little cutting implement on there. They've got a couple of little grips there. The grips are for gripping hooks, which they're very good if you're trying to grip a hook. Sometimes gripping it in that part there, you just can't get it out. This here is also good if you want to bend a hook. Got little cutters there. I have had to cut hooks before and had to cut wire with it. Not as good as cutting line as some of the higher end models, but absolutely use some pliers. Get them for digging hooks out of the fish mouth, fixing reels, as I say, bending hooks, cutting hooks, doing all that sort of stuff. Absolutely, if you can keep a small set, and long nose pliers are best. If you've got a pair of normal pliers in your garage and you don't want to go and spend the money to buy a pair of fishing ones, absolutely grab them out and use them. Just spray them with some WD-40 or something first, because if they're not made for fishing, they might rust a little bit. So pliers are number 1. Followed on there very closely by, I cannot find them, they have disappeared. They were here a second ago, and this is great television. I cannot find them. Scissors. We all know what scissors look like, so I don't have to show you. Mine are a little pair of scissors, only about the size of my fingers. I can't believe they're not here. Anyway, take scissors with you again, because if you're using braid or something when you're fishing and you need to cut your line very quickly, these pliers don't cut braid very well. They fray and you've got to go like that to cut them. Scissors will cut your braid, cut your line. If you need to reline, you can cut all the little knots on the end of the hook at the hook and the braid end as well. So number 2 is scissors. So take your pliers, take your scissors. Third one I've got here is a knife. This is my knife. This is actually a filleting knife where I've used too much on the beach and in a kayak, and I don't know if you can see that. See how pretty much ruined that is. There is no nice flat line on there at all. I need to buy myself a new filleting knife because I've ruined my knife using it for non-filleting things like cutting bait. The beauty of a knife is that if you've got this handy and you are fishing and you're because if you get snagged in the bottom of the kayak in a current, it'll actually pull you back and it can damage your equipment. So sometimes you just got to cut the line. If you pull up weed or you pull up other line, or I've pulled up wire, I've pulled up buckets and all that sort of stuff, all sorts of things you need to cut for whatever reason, you need a knife with you. Again, you can cut bait with it. If you are going to keep the fish that you've caught, some fish species need to be bled straight away, so obviously you need a knife to do that. And one of the species we catch doesn't need to be bled, but in a kayak you don't want it flopping around and flapping around everywhere. So a knife, obviously, if you want to kill it quickly and humanely as well, if you're going to keep the fish to take home to eat. So a knife is your third option. Fourth option here, and I've mentioned pliers, but one especially on a kayak, if you can, is a fish lip gripper. What this does, grips in the lip of the fish. Yes, pliers will do that as well. But if you've got a fish and you are trying to get the hook out, what are you going to hold it with while you're getting the pliers? The fish lip gripper will allow you to grip the lip, get the hook out. Or if you don't want to grab your net out, you can. Some people actually use these when they get the fish to the edge, just to pull it out, get it out of the water. On a kayak, absolutely must have. Again, pliers will do the trick, but if you've got that, do that as well. You can get fish hook removers as well, which are little narrow things that go all the way down inside the fish. They're very good if you do catch and release and you want to release the fish back in the water. They can get the hooks out better than these can, because these, you sort of got them in there moving around. You can hurt or even kill the fish doing that. So, but a fish lip gripper will hold the fish. Try not to dangle it, especially if you're going to return it to the water. If you dangle it, it can harm them, and they may not survive. But it's very good to get it out and just hold it flat while you do everything else. And the fifth thing, it's probably not a tool as such, more of an accessory. And I've spoken about nets before. If you don't have a net on your kayak, you're really going to struggle. I mean, again, you've got a line going there with a fish coming in the water. You can reach in, grab the fish up with the net. The only problem is that sometimes the hooks get caught in the net, which happened to me the other day. Ironically, in the day I didn't have any tools, so the hook's in there. You can get your pliers and just get it out there whilst the fish is there, or grab the fish with the lip gripper, and use that there. And again, all of these tools are designed to help you, because you're catching fish in a very small environment. It's not like we're in a jetty or on a beach or on the side of the river. We can just pull it out and plop it onto the bank, and it can flop around. You can hold it down and do whatever you need to do. You don't have that luxury in a kayak. So all of these tools, these 5 tools that I've listed, are very much the 5 that if you get nothing else, these are the 5 I take. These are the 5 I use all the time. I do have a couple of other things. I do have a long hook remover. I rarely use it. I have a ruler. I rarely use it. I'm of the old school that if you can't tell automatically that it's above size, I throw it back. That's just how I work. If you're looking to keep a few and you need to measure them, absolutely take a ruler and measure them. What else did I have in the post? A couple of other little things there. Multifunction knife if you're trying to cut it all down. Oh, and a screwdriver. Screwdriver is another really good tool to have with you on a kayak. Again, it can just be something else you can grab. Fishing gear sometimes needs to be repaired. A screwdriver on a kayak, I don't know how often I've used it, but it's quite often. Just tightening bolts, the little latches come loose, all sorts of things for a screwdriver on a kayak. But as I say, that was my 5 kayak fishing tools that I personally believe you should take. Pliers, scissors if I can find where they've gone, a knife, a fish lip gripper, and the net, and anything else you want to take with you, but obviously space is a premium as well. That's it, guys. Hope that was helpful. That was very quick. Just my 5 kayak fishing tools that you can use. If you're watching this from YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. That way I can keep you up to date with everything to do with the world of fishing. I am getting back out on the kayak this week. I'm going to review my new trolling motor. You can see the box there. I bought a new trolling motor. I'm going to review a new reel that I've been playing with, a Shimano Kayak reel. And I'm going to shoot a couple of videos on using tools out in the water and stuff like that. So hopefully I can catch a fish and we can show you all that as we go. Okay, guys, thanks for that. If you're watching within the post, however, please comment below if you use any different tools, anything you find works well for you. If you only take one tool, what is it? So on and so forth. Comment below. Would love to hear from you. Okay, guys, happy fishing. Chat to you later. Bye.